gotta...
We're standing right now.
Like somebody's crying, like a lady's crying.
And you know, that's another thing too. In this alley here, people have seen a lady in a brown dress. And she just wanders up and down this intersection here.
She cried?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's definitely a lady crying. Like, but there's a lot of grief over here. Like, death, like a suicide. I know that up there in that window, that something happened.
And a lot of these buildings are from the 1800s. All these buildings are from the 1800s.
I can tell you this. There was a girl that lived there, and she had like a black boyfriend that probably worked for him. She got pregnant. I think it's over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one?
Somewhere up in there. Yeah. And something happened. I don't know if she wasn't allowed to see him or what, but I don't know if they done something to him, and then I don't know. If someone cries out. Yeah, something over here. But there's definitely a lady that just keeps wailing. I don't know what she wants. I'm not gonna ask her, but this was a cemetery, right?
This is the crossroads. If you look at the plat maps, this right here, these were the crossroads in the cemetery.
Because here's my question for you. There's like people over here, but there's one right here. Just one. So like, did they start a cemetery and stop? Did somebody get murdered and get buried? Or what's going on? Because there is like one. Just one. But then like, there's like others, the lady wailing, grief, suicide, all kind of crap going on over here. Even where this building is a lot of crap. Can I go back to the girl that was seeing the black guy that I think worked for him? I think they murdered him.
Really?
I think he's here. I think that's why she cries.
You think he's buried there?
Yeah. Well, there's a black man buried here. And I don't know why that would make a difference, but I'm going to be honest. Most of the spirits I've seen are white. He said that he's from Shreveport. Where's that?
Louisiana.
He says that his and his family's from Shreveport. Their name's Beaufontaine. And he said that came here. He said he came here because it was on the side of freedom. Yeah, he said that he was on the side of freedom. Like, okay, can I say this? He said, I don't know why everybody keeps showing me these boats and rivers, but he said that they came to a certain point, and all they had to do was come across the river, literally. But there were guards, so you had to do it at night, you had to be on point, and you couldn't get caught. You couldn't have lanterns, you couldn't have nothing, you would be caught. So if you could just make it from that side of the river to this side of the river, girl, you was here. You was here, you was free, but here was the problem. Once you got here, people here, he said, still treat you like a slave. See what I'm saying? So you're free, but that's the only work you could find. So he worked for the family of this girl that he fell in love with, and the parents found out, and he's telling me they murdered him, and he's buried right here. Well, obviously, I'm talking to him, he's right here, but yeah, Beaufontaine, he's from Shreveport. That's what he said, and he said that him and his brother came across all the way to the river, and all they had to do was come in a boat straight across, because one side wasn't free, but the other side was.
Slavery was legal in St. Louis until January 1865. That's when the state assembly in Missouri outlawed. Actually, slavery was legal 6 months after the Civil War ended in some states. So where I'm taking you next, well, on the other side, we'll walk past this is the Limp Stables. There's the Hop Mansion. And the Hop Mansion, what happened was the owner bought it in 2009. He was ripping up the linoleum floor in the basement. The basement was a speakeasy. The bar was still there. The cooler was still there. The stage where the band played is still there. As he's ripping up the linoleum, it was backed with newspaper from 1929. So whatever was underneath it was sealed off for 80 years. He pulls up the linoleum, finds a trap door. Opens up the trap door, goes down a set of steps.
Underground Railroad.
Right. It was an Underground Railroad stop. What would happen is there was another Underground Railroad stop that I'm going to show you. That's where we're going. But we would go there. They would go there, and there was an entrance to the Cherokee Cave there too, and that was an entrance to the Cherokee Cave. So we don't know for sure if they took them underground or they took them above ground.
So all they had to do was cross the river and find somebody to lead them.
So what would happen? Yeah, what would happen? They go down the river.
Okay.
They would roll across the river to Arsenal Island, cross Arsenal Island, get in another boat, cross over to Illinois to freedom. But what would happen if they weren't careful is bounty hunters would wait on Arsenal Island.
That's what he said.
And he would then, if they would catch him and then sell him back to slavery.
Yeah, that's what he said, that you had to be careful. You couldn't have lanterns. You couldn't have anything.
Now, St. Louis, at the beginning of the Civil War, St. Louis was a very southern-leaning state. It wanted to be part of the Confederacy.
With your ghost tour, if you felt like she was right on today?
A lot of things she was really accurate. But yeah, she was really accurate. A lot of history and stuff is just a matter of interpretation.
Right.
But a lot of things she was dead on. So,
Yeah, that's good.
real close. So yeah, I was pretty impressed with it.
Were you? That's good.
Some of the research we did, and we do a lot of research on our tours. And people that do our research, a lot of them are have masters and PhDs. I'm the dumbest one, and I got an aeronautical maintenance engineering. So, but yeah, a lot of it corresponded exactly with a lot of the research we did.
Oh, that's great, because see, we don't give her any information before we come. We got, okay, we're gonna go here, we might go over here, but I don't tell her anything because she wants to pick it up on her own.
Yeah.
So the fact that she was dead on with you is perfect. That's great, because that's what we were trying to accomplish today. Okay. So that's great.
Yeah, I was actually
Thank you.
impressed, because usually you get half answers.
Right.
But now that she was going through with a lot of the answers, and I was what really struck me was the bird. She was talking about the bird mask, and being in the middle of Bellefontaine as a Colorado cemetery. That was a classic disease death mask, and they wore that to kind of ward off evil spirits that they thought was bringing the disease. So,
That's great. Thank you so much.
you're very welcome.